Can McCaffrey do it again? It's the coach. You're watching Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
They're hoping to get rid of that interception bug. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And here now, the Baltimore offense.
Out of the backfield is Alex Collins, who was claimed by the Baltimore Ravens from Seattle just prior to the season in 2017. And he took over as a lead back right around the start of October, finishing with 973 yards and giving Baltimore their...
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And able to use his blockers to get this up over to 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Cam's going to run the option right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And some strong running. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, he wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
Delay of game, offense.
Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
By now you know I love running backs, and C.J. Anderson caught my eye in a big way in 2017. His first 1,000-yard season on the ground, a little bit over 1,000 yards with 1,007, but over 1,200 yards from scrimmage, so you know you can catch it out of the backfield as well. An exciting runner, a powerful runner, and a guy who can be physical when necessary.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
The #1 asset for a pass rusher, his legs. And even in his mid-30s, Terrell Suggs has his firmly underneath him. Last season, 11 sacks, his 7th year of double-digit sacks. Still has all the pass rush moves in his arsenal and can continue to bull rush people in order to get quarterbacks on the ground.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Got his target, Samuel. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Newton now to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Thomas, the intended target.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes.
Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Here are your defensive starters for the Panthers. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
2nd down, Flacco now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Here's a first down run with Collins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Flacco. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
Nice play call. A little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the give, this is Collins running left. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They pitch it out to Collins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the gun, Flacco. And this is complete. It's Allen. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He's going to get it running right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Flacco. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Uptown Charlotte after this timeout. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. McCaffrey on the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd down, Collins. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And he's got Snead. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, and they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's 2nd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's Collins. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Yeah, now it's the safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Underneath to Allen. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make it 6-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
At once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Flacco from the gun. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 85 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now we get a look at Torrey Smith as he comes back out onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They're in the 2nd quarter at Heinz Field. And the Steelers, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now Cam, option left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Newton. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. And that was not the long, drawn-out drive that you were talking about when it started. Anything but.
I saw this drive going a little differently in my mind, partner.
I think we both did, unable to really move it. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. First red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, Newton. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive 1st half to get that lead. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A shotgun snap for Newton. They'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the 2nd half.
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit.
being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Flacco now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. To pass, Flacco. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. To Allen on the dump off. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. And he missed it. It's no good. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's the veteran quarterback Joe Flacco who's led the way. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw on second down is Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they get 14 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Newton now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Newton. The open man is Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13 to 10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's C.J. Anderson who tops it off with the touchdown run. Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first down, Flacco. Drops it underneath for Collins. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. Operating off play action. Flacco. Airing one deep for Crabtree. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Flacco will take to the air again. And able to find John Brown.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense?
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, Newton. Smith catches left side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw on third down. Newton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The Ravens on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Now Flacco. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And this will complete right side to Funchess. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now Newton on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Newton. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Throwing again is Newton. Forced, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Willie Henry able to drop it for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Flacco. Over the middle here to Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down. Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing here on 1st down, Flacco. And his throw here's incomplete. The safety, Ross Cockrell, there to knock that one away.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Collins. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Thomas Davis. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Play action. It's Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Gano for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Flacco off play action. Caught right side at Snead. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Now a give to Collins. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 1st down pickup there, Flacco to Crabtree. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Flacco from the gun. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. The numbers tell the story. Not the best start, but it's not often how you start, it's how you finish. And since that start, he's been good.
Can you just imagine what was going on in the locker room with the defensive coordinator? Because things were working so well. His game plan was in effect. They were holding him down. He was off his game.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. He's going to get it running right, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2, now third down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it third and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third and goal, Collins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Back to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He's back to throw. Well, he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Back to throw. And an alley to run. Whoosh. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. 23 yards on the play. And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left. Now Newton. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And now he stops it with a spike at 8 seconds. And it's incomplete. So now only 7 seconds remain. Newton. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough. Trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for Baltimore, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the